fluffy, puffy clouds in a blue summer sky. They're so beautiful to look at. But have you ever wondered what one might taste like? With 7 ordinary ingredients and some extra planning, I'll show you how to make an extraordinary dessert that's sure to put your friends and family on cloud 9. Cherry Berry on a Cloud is a baked meringue with a fluffy center of sweet cream cheese, whipped cream, vanilla, and then topped with your favorite summer fruit. The first step is making the meringue. According to whatscookingamerica.net, the best meringue starts with eggs that are days old. And the trick is separating the yolk from the white. And then you want to save the yolk for a different kind of recipe. That way it's not being wasted. So we have one. And this recipe takes a half a cup of egg whites. So if you're using large eggs, that will probably be 5 total egg. When you're separating eggs, you want to be sure you don't get any of the yolk in the white. The tiniest bit of yolk can ruin the perfect meringue. And then when you have your half a cup of egg whites, you can let the egg whites come to room temperature. So while we let that happen, we'll go on to the next step. Is taking a baking sheet and lining it with some parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, something else you could use is a paper grocery bag and just cut a piece of the paper grocery bag and lay it right in your baking sheet. This is where we'll put the meringue when it's ready to go into the oven. Now that the egg whites are up to room temperature, it's time to start making the meringue. To the egg whites, we add 1/4 teaspoon cream of tartar. And we want to beat this until it's foamy. That's looking good. And when the sugar is added, you want to do it slowly. And this can take a little time, but this is important. You only want to do like 1 tablespoon at a time, so it's gradual. So here we go. You can use regular table sugar, but I like to use this the Baker's super fine sugar. I was curious about where meringue came from, or kind of like the history behind meringue. So I went to Wikipedia and found that it most likely originated in a town called Meiringen, Switzerland, which kind of is like meringue, but Meiringen. It's shown up in a recipe book as early as 1692. And I can't imagine doing this without a hand mixer, because even with a hand mixer, just so you know, this could take maybe 20 minutes. Sugar's in, I can turn up the speed. Once you start mixing the egg whites, you want to keep going. You don't want to leave it and come back. You want to get them finished. And while you're mixing, you want to be sure you're scraping the sides of the bowl. See how the peaks hold their shape? Okay, we're ready. Just clean off the beaters a little bit. Okay, when the meringue is finished, we spoon it out on our parchment paper in the shape that you would like, kind of a blob. It doesn't matter. And then this will just get kind of built up along the sides, so that it kind of makes a little hollow for the filling that we're going to do later. And that's where the filling and the fresh fruit is going to go inside of our cloud. That's all ready. Then we put it into a preheated oven at 275 on the middle rack for an hour and a half. Now for the filling. The filling for Cherry Berry on a Cloud calls for 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese. I like to have it at room temperature so it will just mix up a lot quicker. A half a cup of sugar. You can use table sugar for this part. And it calls for a half teaspoon of vanilla. And a cup of Cool Whip. And then this just gets blended together. The first time I had this dessert was 18 years ago. Susan Schmucker is an Amish lady, and she delivered this dessert to our family as a gift, and she delivered it with horse and buggy. And I had never had anything quite like it, and so later I asked her for the recipe, and she gave it to me. So it's just an extra special reason I like this dessert. And we put it right in the fridge to wait till we're ready to put it in the meringue. After the meringue is baked for the hour and a half, you turn the oven off and just leave it in the oven for another hour. You can see it in there. Ooh. Ooh, it looks beautiful. Oh. My cat thinks so too. Okay, now that the meringue has been in the oven for an hour with the door closed, I can take it out and let it finish cooling. Now that the meringue is cooled, it can be taken off the parchment paper and placed on a serving platter. It lifts right off just as easy as that and placed right on the platter. And it's now ready for the filling. And here's the filling that we mixed up earlier. It's been in the refrigerator, so I'm just going to give it a quick stir. And then it's ready to put in our cloud of meringue. And then it's ready to put in the refrigerator for the next 12 hours. What'sCookingAmerica.net had several great tips for making a successful meringue. One is to use a glass or stainless mixing bowl because plastic ones may have a greasy residue. Almost dinner time, the long wait is now up and I can't wait to put the berries on the cloud. So I'm going to take it out of the fridge and we'll put the berries on just before dinner. This is my favorite part. And you just pile on the fruit. And again, you can use any summer fruit that you want, or even just, it can be as simple as opening a can of cherry pie filling and putting on top. Something else you can do is, for people who are diabetic, you can try making the meringue with Splenda. And there's protein in the egg whites. So that's the way I justify this is a good dessert.